The car industry is an example of a business that is forever changing and progressing alongside technology. Innovation is at the very heart of this industry, combining technology and engineering to create state of the art methods that make driving easier for consumers through things such as automatic and self driving vehicles. In 2021, Facebook's parent company rebranded to Meta, expanding its focus beyond social media to encompass the building of what is called the metaverse. The metaverse is described as a virtual reality (VR) space that would enable users to interact with each other inside the computer generated environment. The online metaverse has opened the door for users to experience things in a way that was never before felt possible. Previously, to test drive a car, you would have been expected to show up at a specific time to actively drive the vehicle in person. However, thanks to the metaverse, consumers no longer need to worry about taking time out of their busy schedule for these sort of activities. Within the modern online environment, users are able to feel what it is like to drive specific cars without having to leave their own home via the metaverse and technologies such as augmented and virtual reality. Major car brands such as BMW, Volkswagen, and Audi are already making use of these technologies to provide a virtual component to interact with consumers in the modern online space. These tools are used by allowing the consumer a virtual tour and to virtually test drive the vehicle. Users are able to feel exactly what it is like to drive these vehicles within an online environment that would closely mimic the real world. The immense benefit of this to consumers is that these companies are bringing the product directly to them and that they're making it easier than ever to test drive these vehicles. The use of AR and VR within the car industry highlights the current consumer trend of using the virtual space to gain increased insights into the products that they buy. As an extension of this, many car companies are fully embracing the degree of customization that the online space affords to consumers. Augmented reality in particular is being commonly used to enable consumers to directly customize the cars that they purchase. Using AR, consumers would be able to fully view the car they are purchasing as if it were directly in front of them within real time. By presenting a complete virtual augmented view of the vehicle consumers are thinking of purchasing, this opens the door for a greater degree of customization, with users being able to change the colour, wheels, and headlight shape, amongst other elements, to their specifications. All this highlights the benefits that these tools present to the industry in making the consumer an integral part of the process at each stage, with consumers being able to fully customise the car's aesthetics to their specifications and test drive the vehicle with relative ease online. Beyond this, VR tools are becoming increasingly common in the development side of the industry. Rather than building physical prototypes, engineers from companies such as Ferrari and Lamborghini have made use of the metaverse to bring their creations to life using the virtual space. VR technologies are used for engineers to develop fully online prototypes, and this is done by giving them the tools necessary to bring various components to life online that would construct the vehicle as if it were in front of them. The benefit of this for these businesses lies in the reduction of resources, as they would not need to build models with physical parts until the later stages of production. What this means is that these companies are able to fully develop vehicles quickly and efficiently. So, for example, higher ups in the business would no longer need to be shown physical models, as online mock ups could be used using these technologies that would closely mimic how the car would look and run in real time. By using these technologies to develop vehicles, less time will be spent on vehicle testing and safety protocols. Vehicles will be able to be tested online using a mix of AI programs and 3D model building technologies that would allow them to create a fully online means of ensuring cars are up to spec and that they meet various requirements before entering the later physical building stages. Currently, consumers are looking genuinely for developments that make driving as a whole easier. Companies such as MG have begun implementing an all-in-one system that would allow them to make driving easier. They introduced AR camera systems on the back, rear, and front of the vehicle, and this is used for drivers to be able to see from all points of view through a home screen that is also used for GPS and music and video playing within the vehicle, as well as phone calls. This is of particular use when reversing, as it allows for drivers to see directly behind them without having to worry about checking mirrors, and is also useful for parking as road lines will be made easily visible through highlighting on the home screen. These cameras are also now being used by some car companies as a means of hazard perception. The way they will use them is that they will be able to indicate if the car is too close to other objects, such as other cars or curbs, through a sensor that is fitted in the front, back, and rears of the car camera. The practical use of AR in this instance serves to make the act of driving easier for consumers and acts as an example of how these technologies are already being implemented by some major car companies on the road. As car manufacturing is a quickly evolving industry, we can look forward to this kind of all-in-one AR hub becoming the norm, particularly as society moves progressively towards self-driving cars. Companies such as Tesla have already taken steps towards self-driving cars becoming a reality, and they're doing this for small feats such as self-parking and self-navigation. Tesla owner and founder Elon Musk is one of the main tech personalities that has been pushing for self-driving vehicles to become the next big development within the vehicle industry. Tesla were one of the first companies to start working on driverless vehicles in October of 2014. The company's Model S cars were equipped with a system capable of lane control, autonomous steering, braking, and speed limit adjustments that were based on signals image recognition. Over time, Tesla's work with self-driving cars has been hampered by technological limitations that have come up when trying to introduce these features on a larger scale, as well as various concerns about the potential of driverless vehicles crashing due to a large number of incidents with Tesla's autopilot system since its introduction in 2018. Despite this, Musk has always remained optimistic about the company's strive for fully automatic vehicles and has gone on record numerous times to state his belief that driverless vehicles will be the norm in the next 15 to 20 years. The use of AR and sensors within the MG cars present a viable method that could be used in the development of self-driving cars going forward. The next practical step in this evolution is for vehicles to become self-aware enough to use technology such as this to achieve full self-driving. With the advancement of AI, this may be more of a reality than we would have thought even 5 years ago. Cars such as the Cadillac CT6 and the Cadillac Escalade have successfully experimented with self-driving by pre-mapping 200,000 miles of roads in the United States and Canada to make the vehicle aware of various routes throughout the country. LiDAR cameras, sensors, and GPS were used to pilot the car in these instances. Within the United Kingdom, the government has pledged an investment of £100 million into the development of driverless vehicles, with a target of these vehicles being on British roads by 2025 at the earliest. This investment has meant that companies such as Asda and Amazon have begun experimenting with driverless delivery services, and this highlights that this is a development that is going to be advantageous to sectors that are relying on vehicles to deliver, as well as being of a benefit to customers.